Hey guys, this is the next learning arena. Welcome to another educative tutorials on PowerPoint presentation and animation. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make this attractive and catchy presentation, which has a slider at the back and a menu bar just like a website. All this was designed using PowerPoint. This is our second video on PowerPoint tutorials. I hope you will love it and practice as well. Remember, to be good at PowerPoint, all you need is to practice and practice and practice all the time. Kindly share the video with friends, family, colleagues to keep me motivated. I will leave all the links to the presentation and other information in the description below. Without wasting much time, let's start our tutorials. So to begin with the tutorials, I'm going to open a blank PowerPoint. We already have a company template you can use as well. One thing that makes presentation or PowerPoint, animation or presentation stand out is your color combination. So before we start, let's have a color palette that we are going to use throughout the presentation. So in this presentation, I'm going to use 5 colors. So I need to set up the 5 colors before we start. To do that, go to Insert and Add Shape. Pick the rectangular shape and draw 5 different shapes. You can draw the first one, hold the Ctrl key and press D. Duplicate it. Do the same thing for 5 times. So my first color, I'm going to use the RGB code. So to do that, click on the first shape, go to Shape Fill, and click on More Colors. The code for that color is 22 159 then 219. This is the first color that I will be using. Let's do the same for all the colors. So the second color is, so go to Fill again, More Colors. Code is 353759128. So this is my second color. The third color, repeat the same process till we finally get to the last 255 19195. No, it's 192. Then the last one is 0. This is my third color. My fourth color is white. So go to Fill and pick white. My last color is 210 210 210, another 210, then 215. These are the colors that I'm going to use throughout the presentation. Take a moment and set your colors. You can pause the video, set up your colors, and let's continue. So the next step is to do the background or the menu. So the next thing I'm going to do is to do the menu. To do that, go to Insert, Shapes, and pick the rectangular shape. Draw from the start to the end. Double click on it, go to Format. The height that I'm going to use, I'll use 2, then the width 33.7. I'll do same, duplicate it. This time around, for the height, use 0.1. and change the color to and change the color. So the color that we are going to use for the bigger one is the first one over here. To do that, click on it, go to fill, pick the eyedropper, and you click on the color. Do the same for the second one, but this time around, use the eyedropper, pick the first one. If you don't have eyedropper, you can still click on the shape, go to fill shape, and go to more colors, then you enter the color code. But the eyedropper is faster. So the next thing that we are going to do is to put the small shape at the top of the slide. Then we add the second one to it. Remove all outlines, shape outlines, and put no outline. First one to put no outline. So the next thing that I'm going to do is draw the boxes that I'm going to put the words. These are the words that I'm going to use for my menu. So I'll have a welcome page, about us, history, timeline, team, service, customers, and contact us. So each menu is going to be one slide, just like I showed you during the introductory video. We go to insert again, shape, same rectangular shape, click on it, no outline, and the height that we are going to use for this is 2.5. We will use 1.89 and the width 2.5. Let's duplicate the shape, and this time around let's reduce the height from 1.97 to 0.13 and align it just beneath the first one. Change the color to our third color palette. Make sure they are aligned. Good. Highlight both shape, right click, and group them. So now you move it on the background. So to get the exact number, we know that from our text we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slides or 8 pages, and each shape, the width of each shape is 2.5. So 2.5 times 8. So we are going to duplicate it 8 times. Hold the command key and press D. If you are using Windows to hold the control key and press D. That's 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. So the next thing that we are going to do is to write the words inside each block or each shape. So to do this, you double click on the first shape, then you write welcome for the first one. You reduce the font size of it to fit. So double click and reduce it to 14. The second one, the same thing, about us, reduce the size. So I'll do the same. You can pause the video and follow, practice. Now you can highlight all of it, go to font size and make 14. So this is the welcome page. So we need to highlight only the welcome page and change the background color for all the remaining ones to the main background color. So to do this, you highlight on the shape. You have already grouped them. Do the same for the remaining 7. So this will leave only the welcome page or the welcome tab highlighted. The next thing we are going to do is to duplicate. So we could see that our first shape is hidden in some of the boxes. So all we need to do is highlight on that and bring it forward. So go to arrange and bring forward. What we're going to do is to duplicate this particular slide 8 times and highlight where I want to focus for each slice. So for example, I'll duplicate it. Here my focus is on this slice will be the about us slice. So I'll fill this with the color, go in there for the first shape, fill it with the blue. Pick this to go first, then our second shape, fill it with the orange color. So I'm going to do same for all the pages. You can pause here. Let's take a look at how our pages will appear. This is the welcome page, about us, history, timelines, teamwork, service, customer, and contact us. The next stage is to build the slider. So the next stage is for us to design the slider. Go to insert, pick the rectangular shape again, and draw from the starting to the end. We are going to use 11.22 for the height. Good. So to get the alignment right, let's duplicate this and reduce the height from 11.22 to the width to 20. Good. This will guide us for us to know where our text will be and where we will place our image also. So now let's duplicate the slider. Reduce the width to 20. This is going to contain our text. Duplicate it again. Reduce this to 30. It's going to take our image. So we now know where to place the text and where to place the image. Let me change the color of this. So to add the text, go to insert again, pick a text box. So let's write something. Hold it, increase the font size, and let's change the shape to white. The color that we are going to use for our slider is our feet color. Good. And let's remove all the outline from there. So let's write another text beneath it. This is to make our slider look nice. Reduce the size. You can duplicate it depending on what you want. Let me change the color again to white. So let me add more text to it. Now let's add another box. Let's add text. Let's write text into it. What color are we going to give it to it? Let's give it our first color, the second one. Now let's add the image. Remember, to add the image, you should always use a PNG image or image without a background. The good thing about PowerPoint is that you can remove the background of an image. For instance, let me go to image. Let me go to online pictures and add this image. So I'm going to remove the background of this image. So you use the marks. So you use the mark area to remove, to mark where you don't want. Then let's reduce the size of our image. Place it here. Let's crop it little to remove this side. Then image set. Can now remove now the next thing is to add the forward and backwards button. To do that, go to insert again, go to rectangular, use the circle, go to insert again, pick the arrow and rotate to left. Reduce it. Let's fill it with white. Remove the background, the other line. Let's group this. Push it back a little, duplicate, go to the left, double click and rotate the arrow again. Make sure the size is the same. Click on select this one again and align to middle. So we can now move up our colors because we're going to use this space. Let's see, this is how our first slider will look like. I can see we need to do more editing on the picture. Click on the picture, go to format picture and go to soft edges. Let's add 2 points to the image to make it stand out. Okay, this is 2.1.5. Preview and see. Our next step is to create the third, fourth and fifth slider. The second, third and fourth slider. So what we are going to do is to highlight everything, right click and group it. Now hold your command key or your control key and duplicate. So now let's change the images of the duplicate and the text so that it will look different. So to begin with the first one, I'm going to change the text. So we are now going to add the animation to it to make each slider change, time it so that it will automatically change. To do that, first click on the first slider, go to animation, so click on the slider, the second slider, click on animation. Now we are going to use emotion path. Let's use the line. I'm going to tell PowerPoint when to begin with and when to end. So this is the beginning. What we are going to say is that we should just come and be on the top of this first slider. So hold it again. Good. We will do the same. Let's check again to see if it's on it. Good. We will do the same for the others at the left side. Click on the slider, add emotions part. Let's do the same for the other. Then let's move it to where we want it to be. So now let's add timing to our sliders. The first one, let's give it 6 seconds. Or I think 4 seconds will be okay. Then the second one should also start. Give it 4 seconds. And the last one. So now let's preview and see how it will look like. After adding the time, there's one thing that we need to do to set it automatically. So now let's preview and see how our presentation will be like. Now we are done with our slider. The next is to add. Now we are done with our slider. The next is to add the text to it and build the other slides. So I've finished adding the content to all the pages. I'll leave the link in the description where you can download the content. So now let's see how finally our presentation look like. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Kindly subscribe.